Is the last day for early voting in the district, and we are just 2 days out from D.C.'s primary. A new group of voters are casting their first ever ballot. Last year, a new law allowed non-citizens to vote, and it's causing controversy nationally. The Board of Elections says this kind of national attention is putting their workers in danger. Our Jess Arnold looks into the growing threats against the office in a story you will see only on WUSA 9.
Where the hell do you get off letting illegals vote?
D.C. Board of Elections workers say they've been fielding angry and sometimes threatening calls since April because non-citizens can now vote in the city's local elections. But the staff here didn't make the law. The city council unanimously passed the legislation in 2022.
The consent agenda is approved unanimously.
We have people who are very much in favor of the legislation and people who are opposed to the legislation. We're fine with that. It becomes problematic when there's reckless language. It becomes problematic when there's threatening language.
All right, yourself?
Board of Elections Executive Director Monica Evans
Good morning, sir.
says those messages started coming in after Congress caught wind of the change.
Under a new local law, D.C. made elections more susceptible to foreign interference.
Wisconsin Congressman and House Administration Chairman Brian Stile is leading the charge to overturn the law.
Our nation's capital here in D.C. is the front door to the entire country. And so we need to make sure that we're protecting the integrity of our election here in our nation's capital. Under current D.C. law, an individual working at, say, the Russian embassy, residing in D.C. for simply 30 days would be eligible to cast a ballot in this November's election for city council. That's not the right move.
This talking point that somebody who works in the Russian embassy can come down and vote it's just wrong.
Board of Elections Chair Gary Thompson says to be eligible to vote, non-citizens have to show proof of D.C. residence of 30 days and not maintain voting status in another country. They'll receive a customized ballot like this one that has local printed on top with no federal elections listed. And D.C. is not the only jurisdiction that allows non-citizens to vote in local elections. There are some in California, Vermont, and neighboring Maryland.
Congress is now, butting in and has something to say about it. I don't think it's because they care about D.C. I think it's because they are wanting to have a discussion on a broader national level that impacts national level politics. And we're just a happenstance for that.
Evans says the national spotlight has unfairly put the heat on D.C. election workers.
It's really my biggest concern in this election cycle. And so we do have armed security this year. First year we've had to do that at our offices. And we're being very diligent.
Because at the end of the day, she says the Board of Elections didn't pass the policy. They just have to implement it.
We're just doing our job.
Jess Arnold, WUSA 9.
And a reminder, early voting for D.C.'s primary wraps up today. Polling sites, they open in about an hour. They'll stay open until 7 at night. Of course, you can also vote on primary day. That's this coming Tuesday, June 4th. A mail-in ballot must be postmarked by that date, June 4th, or dropped off at an approved location. To learn more about everything on the D.C. primary ballot, just head to our website, WUSA9.com. You'll find our voting guide there, as well as information on voting locations and more on mail-in ballots as well.